Growing up, I always despised writing. No matter how hard I worked on an essay, I was never content with it. I struggled more with writing than that fat kid at lunch does with eating the carrots the lunch lady made him get. There's just so many different ways to answer a prompt, and I'm always unsure of whether or not mine is even relevant to what might be considered correct. That's my issue. School-assigned essays were always based more on facts and detailed evidence to support those facts. It wasn't until my junior year that I encountered what I believed to be my first real essay. An essay in which there is no correct answer, no grade. An essay that required an emotional connection and was more important to me than anything else going on in my life at the time. This essay was the deciding factor in whether or not I was accepted into the QuestBridge Scholarship Program. The QuestBridge Scholarship Program is designed to link high-achieving low-income students with educational and scholarship opportunities at leading colleges and universities. I would look at it as if this foreboding burden of how to pay for college would be lifted up off my shoulders, and I would, for the last year of high school, be worry-free. However, upon viewing the prompt, I realized that this essay was going to be one of the most difficult essays I had ever written. I had to reflect on my entire life and the struggles therein. Not only did I have to reflect on my entire life, but I had to do so in a maximum of 750 words. Yes, 750 words. I stared at the screen, waiting for the essay to write itself like a dog stares into his bowl, hoping it would magically fill up with food. It took hours and hours of contemplating life before I even began writing. I spent 2 weeks perfecting this essay. I actually felt confident for once, so I submitted it. After anxiously waiting for weeks, checking the status of my application multiple times a day, I finally found out the results. As it turns out, my essay didn't cut it. No, my tales of living in my family's mobile home on an income that I am too embarrassed to share here, coupled with my mother's health problems and surgeries, was a rejection from QuestBridge. I sat there in disappointment, wondering how my application had been turned down. Nonetheless, I found myself quite impacted by this journey. When I started, I wasn't writing for any other reason than to get the scholarship. But in the end, I realized that it wasn't just about getting the scholarship. When I was writing this essay, I reached a part of me that I've never reached before. It allowed me to dig deep and find my true self. In the process of writing, I also discovered that language and emotion plays a key role. I've come to realize that language is very, very effective. That it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. It's not enough to just have well-organized ideas expressed in complete and coherent sentences and paragraphs. Emotion is vital as well. The words are just the skeleton to the paper, but it is the emotion that is put into it that is the flesh and blood.